Yeah. Yeah. It's right. Real light. But it's still not. Phone on mute, but the mind on loud. Little chip on the shoulder, still walking proud. Got a list of regrets folded up in my jeans, but the fade too clean, can't wrinkle my dreams. Slow breath in, let the stress drip off. Turn it out to dust, every L gets tossed. Got a half zip hoodie and a whole new move. When the beat swinging, I remember I'm good. Yeah, head bopping cool. I'm fine, little bit of chill. In my grind, same old block. New state of mind. Let it ride, let it ride, let it ride. Head bopping cool, no rush. Heart still thumb, light touch. If it don't fit us, it does. Let it slide, let it slide, let it slide. Eyes half low, but the focus tight. Took a wrong turn once, found a better life. Thought it prove I'm wrong, man, I'm done with that. I just prove me right. Every time I snap, got jokes for the pain. Turn scars to the slang, turn you can't do that to a victory chain. Whole crew laid back, still sharp like lines. We don't chase that rush, it arrive on time. Yeah, head bopping cool. I'm fine, little bit of chill. In my grind, same old block. New state of mind. Let it ride, let it ride, let it ride. Head bopping cool, no rush. Heart still thumb, light touch. If it don't fit us, it does. Let it slide, let it slide, let it slide. Who you trying to please? They don't even know themselves. Why you trying to bleed just to buy somebody's help? We just move in peace, still the energy. It's tough. If it ain't love, ain't trust, then it ain't us. Head bopping cool, I'm fine, little bit of chill. In my grind, same old block. New state of mind. Let it ride, let it ride, let it ride. Head bopping cool, no rush. Heart still thumb, light touch. If it don't fit us, it does. Let it slide, let it slide.
I love your music.
Hip
So
hop music.
Yeah, I got caught up, lost track of time there.
it's so much fun.
I almost forgot we're on the Hardin Local show.
That's right.
Welcome,
That is right.
everyone, to the Hardin Local Weekly Podcast. I'm Rachel Brainingham, and we are so glad you're here with us today. We have a great show lined up for you. John O'Brien has your full Hardin County events guide for the week. I've got, of course, your housing market update for the area. Nate Bryan is back live. Welcome back, Nate.
Thank you.
He's back with business news, and Britton and Michelle, which I think we just have Britton this week, who is down enjoying the beach. So we're going to have a little bit of envy over there. But they are back with the Experienced Eater, and we have a big local event spotlight. Before we get into the full rundown, though, let me introduce our crew. So we've got Phil Tall, who is the founder of Hardin Local. I have my co-host, Scott Lucas. John O'Brien with events and happenings. We've got Nate Bryan with business news and updates. And do we have Britton up? He had to step off.
He's coming right now.
Perfect. There we are. There's Britton. So Britton with the Experienced Eaters. And of course, I'm Rachel Brainingham, your host and your Hardin County housing market expert. Before we get rolling, I just want to make sure you all know where you can find us to be able to stay connected with us. So Hardin Local is on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Music. If you listen to your podcasts on any of those specific platforms, please follow us. And if you have a friend or family member who does, make sure you invite them along. And you can find all of the links that we've discussed in past episodes and also today's episode on hardinlocal.com. That is your one-stop shop for everything Hardin Local. Of course, you can follow us on LinkedIn and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you're watching right now on Facebook, go ahead and hit that follow button. Of course, during the podcast, we love to engage with you guys as our followers. So please drop your comments, questions, events, or business tips in the chat. We really do love hearing from you, and Phil does a great job of pulling those up on screen, and we try to answer them in real time if they're specific about an event or something that's happening in the market. So please make sure to engage with us. We love your engagement. And if you don't mind, to do me a favor, go hit the share button. So share this stream with your friends, family, neighbors, and anyone who loves Hardin County as much as we do. All right. And then also one little tip, please drop your shout outs in there as well. So if there's something that it doesn't have to be just comments or questions, if there's a personal shout out, friend or family member's birthday or an event coming up, personal or business, we will make sure that we either address those in real time or at the end of the show. I do want to give a quick shout out to this week's episode sponsor, our friends over at Heartland Mini Golf. Was anybody able to make it out this weekend? John, you did?
Yeah, we went out Friday night. Yeah, hung out there. My special lady friend Jamie and I and her son Jalen went. Had a good time hanging out there. They were playing the little games out front. It was a really fun time.
Did you see my kids there? I don't know that you would know my kids,
Yep.
but if they were screaming and knocking things over, because I wasn't able to make it. My mom and I, Clarity Solutions for Women had their 25th anniversary on Friday evening. And so it was funny because they were talking about when it was developed. And I'm like, I remember when it opened. And I was like, oh, crap, that's because I'm old. So anyway, my mom and I had to attend that. But my kids did make it over there with my nanny. So I'm sad. Saturday was chaotic and full, but well, they are officially open for the 2026 season. They opened on Friday, and we're so excited for them. Don't worry if you weren't able to make it out this last weekend. They are now open for the season. So plan it in. You're not going to be disappointed. They are at 1030 Executive Drive in Elizabethtown. That's right off of I-65. Of course, they have mini golf, the game yard. That's like my kids' favorite. They have like ping pong and all kinds of fun activities out there. And then, of course, there's a food truck and there's a rooftop bar. It's really the whole package. So it's something for everyone in your family. We'll spend a little more time with them in a moment. But first, obviously, we just talked about whether they're out there. So if you were able to make it out there, please drop it in the comments. We'd love to hear about your experience. All right. Anybody have any special announcements before we jump in, guys? Cool.
I don't
all right.
today.
Let's go. I've got an icebreaker for you all since no one's talking. Okay. I haven't even heard Nate say a word yet. There he is. There's a smile. Okay. What hill will you die on that absolutely nobody else cares about? Like someone who is convinced that a certain gas station has the best fountain drink ice in the county. Please be petty.
I've got two. One, because my wife works for McDonald's, that the Diet Coke and Coke at McDonald's is different from everywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I don't really taste the difference, they insist that it is. And my second one is, and I saw it, we got a shout out from KSR, which was nice. They came down and did a show down here. But they called E-Town a small town. Small towns don't have 3 Krogers and 4 McDonald's and over 100 restaurants. Let's get real. We are either a small city or a big town. One of the two. But small town, if we're a small town, I guess that makes Vine Grove a village or a burg. I mean, what are we doing here? So that's what whenever people say small town politics or small town stuff on Facebook, I'm like, no, we stopped being a small town somewhere in like the early 1900s. I don't know. It's been a while.
I appreciate that one. That bothers me too. Anybody else? Something that you would die on a hill for?
There's one that I always say, and it is that when like another dude my age up here calls me buddy, like B-U-D-D-Y.
Okay,
I think it's like the most condescending term to call a peer man. And if you go look up on the Urban Dictionary, buddy, it actually says a term used by like G's that degrades, is meant to be degrading and belittling to whoever you say it to.
Okay. See, I grew up with a father who can't remember anybody's name, so everybody is bud or buddy. He doesn't mean it genuinely in a condescending way. You walk up to him and he can't remember your name. He knows you, but he's like, oh crap, what's his name? So now I'm finding myself doing this thing. It's like an old person, I guess.
I think you texted me for my birthday and said, happy birthday, buddy.
I did, but that was like a love gesture. Happy birthday.
Oh, I understand. That's why I'm saying it's petty. Like it's kind of, it's not very cool that I think this, but I've always thought it for a while.
I can see your perspective on that. I really can. I really can.
Yeah. Who else?
John, you got anything?
Oh yeah, I think everybody already knows this one. It's the pickled cucumber thing.
Mm-hmm.
Call pickled cucumbers what they are. They're not the process. They are a pickled cucumber. I don't care. Call it what it is.
I love that.
I do too. We've had debates about it. It was an ongoing running joke for a while. Got to bring it back up. What about you, Britt?
You realize that you guys just asked me to pick one thing out of my entire life are hills that I'm going to die on, things that that I'm just like, there's like, I've got 1,000, I've got so many of them, I can't pick a one. But one hill that I guess that if I had to stay with it is it bothers me kind of like you feels like when I'm dealing with another male, it's buddy, bro, man, especially like when it's a younger male and they're in a service type industry, like, hey man, or there's no sir, and it's just like, so I guess overall it'd be like when I'm dealing with a sales associate or a customer care person is just common decency and respect and manners. I mean, it bothers me that it's like the what is it, the Gen Z crowd is just so lax, like brah, or hey man, what's going on, and it's just like, have an actual conversation, use real words. That would, I would say, is my hill to die on, is that, especially if you're the type person that you make your living from your commission and your sales, then, get some soft skills so that you can increase your sales and make more money.
Yeah.
Can you just see Rachel going to list somebody's house and being like, "Oh, bro, this is going to be great. We're going to make so much money. It's going to be ridiculous." I mean,
I'll tell you one thing that I've really struggled with is growing up with adult figures, and my parents were always very specific about it. It's like, it's Mr. Tall and Mrs. Tall. It is Mr. Adams and Mrs. Adams. And so like I'll see them now as a grown adult and I'll call them. I'm like, "Hi, Mr. Tall." And he'll be like, "Rachel, it's Keith." And I'm like, "Hey," and I can't break that habit. Like when I see them out of respect, I just still go back to like calling them by that name. So anyway, it's funny because as an adult, I can see why they would want me to now engage with them by their first names, but man, is it a hard habit to break.
It really is. That's how us homeschoolers were raised. Go ahead.
The homeschool. I'll tell you one more that's a hill that I always die on is I always tip in cash.
There you go. I try to too.
Keep the government out of it. Those servers are working hard. Especially if they've done a good job. They don't need to. Let them self-report that. If they don't report it accurately, that's not on me. That's on them.
I like that. All right, guys. Well, let's. I kind of want to circle back just a little bit on Heartland Mini Golf. I know we just talked about did you make it out there, but a couple things about them is they do have season passes that are still available, which I need this. This is something that I meant to purchase. $275 for a family of 4. I mean, it's an incredible deal. You can go as many times as you want throughout the season. I need to call and pick those up. Also, $75 for an individual. So if you don't have a family of 4, $75 to go out there and golf any time of the year. I mean, that's just an awesome deal. It's unlimited golf March through November. Plus, you get free fountain drinks. And my kids can put away some soda. So that's a steal. If you want to purchase those, you can contact Amber Lyle at 270-766-9668. Or you can reach them at heartlandminigolf@gmail.com, or their office number is 270-900-1331. Phil, I don't know if you can drop that in the comments just so people can copy those. But it is, if you haven't been, I talked to a family the other day that had never been out there. I was touring homes with them and I'm like, oh my gosh, they had lived here in this community and never made it over there. And so I just want to encourage you, if you haven't taken the family, whether it's adults and you just want to go have a good time, grab a beer up on the rooftop, enjoy pretty weather, it's ideal. But of course, if you have kiddos, you're not going to want to miss going over there. There's so much for everyone. Okay, before we get into the full events rundown with John, we want to shine a spotlight on one of the biggest local events happening in Hardin County this weekend. So we actually were just prepping for this over my lunch break with my team because we'll be out there. So this is the Lincoln Trail Home Builders Association. They are hosting their annual home design and remodeling show. It's going to be held at Phillips Grove in Radcliffe. And you're definitely going to want to clear your calendar because there's so many suppliers, contractors, builders that come out. They're literally giving their time and setting up booths so that you guys can come through and look at their products. So if you're thinking about a remodel project, if you're considering redoing your landscaping, if you're considering construction at some point, or just looking for ideas, there's over 40 vendors that are going to be there. Local builders, remodelers, landscapers, and home improvement experts all in one place. So this is just a one-stop shop for you to come and you can mill about at your leisure. Of course, there's a lot of free things and a lot of door prizes you're not going to want to miss out on. So you'll be able to meet those trusted professionals face to face, explore the latest trends in home design and remodeling, ask questions, and start putting real plans together for your spring projects. Keep in mind, this is a family-friendly event. So they've got a kids zone with a bounce house, which I love because I will definitely be there with my boys. There's going to be food and coffee trucks, a photo booth, lots of door prizes throughout the day, and a $500 grand prize drawing at the end of the show. So $500 cash to kick off your spring project. I'd say that's pretty good motivation to show up. I like the opportunity to win some money. So admission is just $5, and children 12 and under get in free. $5 exactly, Nate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The show runs both Saturday and Sunday. The Saturday doors open at 9 a.m. and Sunday the show runs until 4 p.m. So a little bit more on that. So Saturday is 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Sunday is 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. So come out after church on Sunday. Of course, Saturday all day long we'll be there. For all the details, make sure you follow Lincoln Trail Home Builders Association on Facebook. They're doing an awesome job marketing this event, so you can find a lot more details on their Facebook page. And then if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me because we will be there. I'm so excited to see your faces. So, all right, John, I'm going to let you take away on all these other fun events, and I'm going to be taking notes on which ones I'm putting on my calendar. So.
J-O-B, where you gotta be. Events all weekend, Hardin County. J-O-B, where you gotta be. Come on, turn it up.
I love it, Phil. So much fun.
All right,
Yeah.
that's right.
He's gonna start playing that while he walks down the street.
I'm just gonna walk. It's already playing in my head all the time
There you
now,
go.
consistently. So we got a lot of stuff going on, especially this busy weekend for sure. But tomorrow we've got a spring Easter door hanger paint party at Smith's Crossing from 6 to 9 p.m. It's $40 a person, $30 extra for an extra board. That's a fun time. If you want one of those Easter door hangers, make it up and they'll take care of you. Thursday, we've got St. Patrick's Day cookie decorating night at Hub House down here on around the square, 6:30 p.m. Tickets at Crazy Cookies, that's with K's, .net, and includes materials and guidance. So they'll kind of help you decorate your cookies well, not just kind of squeezing the icing all over it. I'm sure you can do
I'm
that as well if you want to. I mean, if you want
just
extra icing, I'm sure they'll let you do that.
Courtney and I did that at Christmas at Cosmic Golf, another friend of the show, and it was a fun time. We were some of the oldest people there. The kids were giving us heck for not being very good, but the cookies came out well. I got better as it went on. They're very coachable and knowledgeable, and it was a lot of fun. And I would probably do it again and give it another time.
So your
Sounds
cookies were
good.
edible?
I thought they were. Granted, I'm not the food guy who's got AWOL over here, but I liked them. Granted, I will basically eat any cookie, even the worst Girl Scout cookie. It's still a good cookie, so I'm okay.
Yeah, me too. There you go.
All right. Speaking of delicious things, Florida strawberry truckload sale is striking spare lanes. 12:30 to 12:45 on Friday. $30 for approximately 8 pounds of strawberries. $15 for some pecans or some honey. What's your all's favorite thing to do with strawberries?
Oh,
Eat 'em.
ice cream and
Ice cream. All right.
Yeah, I'm more of a blackberry cobbler. I had blackberry cobbler this weekend my grandma made. I know it's not strawberries, but it was delicious.
Okay. Yeah.
Is there really anything better than a fresh strawberry pie?
Not much.
I don't know that I've ever
Not
had
much.
strawberry pie.
Well, yeah, you know the restaurant that's most famous for strawberry pie is probably Shoney's, and they use Sprite and a couple other things to make their strawberry glaze with, and so you make it fresh. It is much better to make your own, I think, and you're able to really get some things out there to have a pretty good little meal from some fresh strawberries.
That's awesome.
No, yeah.
Yeah. So we've got a March Madness event from 4 to 7 at the Carolina Health. It's a buy two, get one free deal on most items that they offer. So if you're wanting to kind of purchase something from them, that's a great deal. The putting tournament is going to be starting at Cosmic Golf Friday, the USPMGA, 3 p.m. Continues through Sunday. It's a $200 pro division entry fee and $25 daily green fee, $50 amateur entry. You going to jump in there, Nate?
I did not play the. I will say, playing miniature golf on a cruise ship when it's very windy on the 13th deck. No holes in one. Had a hole in 7, but I ended up on 3 holes later. I probably need to get back in my groove. I'm okay. Like I get a lot of 2s. I don't get a whole lot of 1s, but I wouldn't win. I mean, maybe I place in the top 10 or top 20 in my division, but I'm not great, but I'm not horrible either.
Excellent.
I may go. We'll see. I just realized I got my putter in here. So,
There
you go.
Yes, of course he is.
I'm left-handed, so this is a special putter for me.
Nice.
Left-handed.
My putter is good either way. It's got you can hit it left or right-handed. So sometimes you got to hit it left-handed even if you're right-handed.
It's amphibious.
Well, I golf. I do golf right-handed, but I putt left-handed. So even though I'm left-handed, it's weird.
So you're like ambidextrous.
A little.
Or as a one baseball player called it, he's amphibious.
Ambidextrous.
That too.
Down here at the historic State Theater on Friday night, 7 p.m., we've got Neil McCoy in concert. Tickets are available, $59 up to $129. They're available at the state270.org. Snag your tickets up while they're available. Should be a great show. And State Theater is always a wonderful spot to see somebody play. The only thing I have, I wish that they had somewhere that there was standing room to kind of dance around a little. It's all seated, so it's kind of it's kind of, even if there's somebody you want to move to, it's like you're sitting there. All right, what are we doing?
But even the pack kind of has that same issue too. I mean, there's not too much space. I mean, I did see. I think when we saw Exile, they did have some dancing out there, but it does get real compact. Also, I know it's not Hardin local; it's LaRue local. But if you want to see another country legend, Lori Morgan is Saturday at Lincoln Jamboree. So nice weekend to see back-to-back country legends.
Yeehaw!
For sure.
Yeah.
All right. If you like breakfast, if you like trivia, and you like chicken, guess what? Chick-fil-A's got it. 8:30 to 9:30 a.m. Chick-fil-A has a free event. It's going to be some trivia and food available for purchase, as always, on Saturdays, not Sundays. But Saturday, that trivia event's going on.
No.
I protect
Gardening. That's right. Yeah, Chick-fil-A. You can't beat that chicken. I've had some of the grilled nuggets lately since I've been on the diet. They're not too bad. Can you dig it? It's a gardening day, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Hardin County Extension Office. Registration fee includes a boxed lunch. Details are at ukyhardin.pacecommunity.net. We'll have that link available on our PDF, I'm sure. There's a spring-summer clothing swap at the Trail Tots Forest School, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. It's a free swap. And again, like Rachel talked about, we got the Lincoln Trail Home Builders Association, all those wonderful things, all those amazing prizes that you can win, that $500 cash prize. I'd like to win that. And the Kids Zone. Got to have something for the kids to do, and it's always there. It's really a fun time. If you didn't get your fill of making cookies earlier, Alice in Wonderland cooking class at Smith's Crossing is going to be at 12 p.m. Tickets are available at that same crazycookies.net, that KK.net. Flywheel Chili Cook-Off is this
There it
Saturday. Can't
Yep.
wait. 1 p.m. It's free to compete. You have to sign up and get approved that you're in there to compete. I know I got all my stuff last week, and I still have to get a couple things this week from the local butcher. But I made my bone broth stock last week to be putting in that. They had all the bones down there, some oxtails, some beef knuckle. I kind of pushed on Bradshaw. I was like, hey, give me the goods. Give me the good stuff. I gotta really bring it this year. So he hooked it up. If anybody else is going to be competing in it, that's a great spot to grab some of your meat and anything else you're putting in there. Britt, you ready for it?
I don't know. I'm gonna cut it kind of close. I don't get back till Thursday, so I'm kind of like I feel like I may be behind the table a little bit already since.
That's all right. He'll be back. He's on the
Yeah.
beach.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, I'm cooking my chili on Thursday because again, it's always better 2 days later. So if you make it on
Yep.
Thursdays, ready for that Saturday.
He's
That's
back
true.
now.
That is true. I mean, that's I will see. I could always just make some for. I could just make a pot and bring to you though. But
I would
getting
love
around the
that. Yeah.
beans, getting around the beans right now is kind of hard for you. Because technically, beans are the fiber offsets the carbs, but you know how that goes.
I do. Yeah, that's the only thing. Is kind of like well, but I'm not gonna be eating a whole lot of it. I'm just gonna taste mine when I'm making it, just a little bit, and then I'll sample some of the other ones. I gotta kind of cast my vote as well. I never vote for myself in these events. Come on, that's just cheating to add a vote for yourself.
Yep, that's right.
Well, the funny thing about a chili competition is that there is only one award-winning chili cook in our family, and that's my daughter Georgia.
Oh
And so
wow.
there's a local candidate that was having her campaign launch, and she had a chili cook-off. And somebody asked Georgia if they'd make him a pot of chili for the cook-off, and he won the cook-off. So I'm not going to name any names or throw anybody completely under the bus. Y'all could probably figure that out, but it's kind of funny. And she, when I mentioned chili, she's like, "Oh, well, I'll cook since I have won the award." So
Gee, I wonder
That's
who it
great.
would be.
I'm looking forward to this. Not to change the topic, but I'm really looking forward. I think I'm going to be able to make it to the downtown pub crawl.
That is important, but I feel like it's very important that you come get some chili first. Get you a nice
Yes.
base for that crawl, because you won't last all the way
True.
if you're going to stop at each spot and get a little sip. But it's really cool. 4 to 7 downtown, free to attend. Just kind of go to those businesses that are participating. They're on their event page, and we'll have that listed as well. BBT's part of it. Pelizzaries, JR Neighbors, Hub House, Flywheel, Straight and Narrow. Um, yeah, a lot of places down here involved. Come check them all out. If you've never been to any of them, please do. There's also a silent disco going on at Social Food Hall, 8 p.m. It's got tickets on there to purchase. There's also, I think, kids early, like or families, not just kids, but kids and families. And then there's an adult portion as well towards the end of the night. So that's kind of a fun thing that they've added in there that I think they didn't have last time, which is really nice. Sunday, continuing on with that Lincoln Trail Home Builders Association Home Design and Remodeling Show. Again, that's until 4 p.m. Admission $5 again. 12 and under are free. And then we also have more of that putting tournament. I'm excited to see who wins that putting tournament. Like I was hoping, like they said something about ESPN being there last time, but I never saw anything like on
I think it's
ESPN.
gonna
Did you,
air. I
Nate?
think they said it was going to air in August.
Okay. All right.
Whatever
Nice.
they do. So I happened to be at Disney. Shocker. During the time they had ESPN 8 the Ocho celebration, and they had random sports stuff I had never even. And I've seen cricket and other, but this is not even wiffle ball. Like this is stuff I've never seen before. Outdoor battle, nerve, paintball, something or other. Street curling. So It's going to be featured during that weekend. So I think they filmed it during then, or not filmed, sorry, recorded. That's me and my old gray hair. They recorded it during then, and it's going to be shown during August. I don't have the exact date. But it's kind of like if you remember a long time ago, whenever we had the wakeboarding tournament at Freeman Lake, they filmed it or recorded it, but didn't show it for a few weeks later.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Well, what a packed week. There's really something for everybody. As always, I feel like our events, the community never disappoints. Like we haven't had a week yet where I'm like, oh, there's not really that much going on. Like if you want to get involved with the community and do fun things with other people that are local here, there's a lot of options. So, and a lot of fun ones. I made a list. I'm going to have to pick and choose because I want to be everywhere.
And how many people have heard somebody complain there's nothing to do? And I'm just like, watch Hardin Local and you'll see that there's plenty to do. You just gotta know where it is.
Yeah.
There is. There's so much. Well, thank you, John. Here we go.
Where you gotta be. Events all week in Hardin County. J.O.B. Where you gotta be. Come on, turn it up. Tune it, Hardin County.
Yeah.
So much fun. Hey guys, if you all know an event, obviously we can't catch them all. So if you know an event going on in the community that you want to drop in the chat box, please do so. That way we can highlight that towards the later end of our show. So, all right, guys. Well, I'm going to jump into our housing market update for this week.
Got the numbers, who's buying, who's selling, what's hot on the bar.
There you go.
Hardin County housing market update.
Listen, I want that jingle to play before I walk into every room. Okay.
You need to get that. You need to get that jingle in like any of your reels and stuff that you do. It needs to be the intro to your reel.
That would be so much fun. I like.
Yes.
I'll go to a listing appointment and like toss the speaker into the room before I walk in, so it plays. Well, and I apologize if I seem just a little bit distracted. The housing market is busy, so we've received several offers just today, and I've got showing requests on multiple homes, and I've got multiple homes coming to the market. So it's all fantastic. I love the spring rush, but we are definitely knee deep in it. So I want to bring you some numbers that kind of help speak to what's happening in the market. So obviously, I'm Rachel Branningham. I am here with your weekly housing market update. And my numbers that I bring to you all come from the Heart of Kentucky MLS, and they're all for the Hardin County area. So if you're looking outside of Hardin County, obviously I can pull these specifically for your area. I've been doing a lot of work over in Meade County the last couple of weeks, and we've got a bunch of new incredible listings over there. So, you know, we can support with that data. What I bring to the Hardin Local podcast is specific to the Hardin County market. So quick snapshot. Over the last week, we had 35 new homes come on the market. We saw 25 homes go under contract and 17 families moved in. So pretty fun there. 25 homes going under contract in a matter of 7 days. It's big numbers, guys. So a little bit about that. In the last 30 days, days on market. So we've been tracking days on market. And I don't know if y'all remember, we were at 96. We dropped to 95. We were slowly, but we've been holding at 93 days on market. And what days on market does is basically it's the date, it's the average amount of days a house goes on the market to when it actually closes. And so we measure that to see how fast things are moving once they come on. So I'm so excited. We've been holding at 93 for the past couple of weeks, and I hadn't seen a day. We are down to 91 days on market this week. So what that actually is telling me is, though it's a slight improvement, it's not much. It just speaks towards that movement that we're seeing as we head into the spring season. I've had so many calls lately of people who are like, okay, we made it through the winter. We are sick of being in our home. We're ready to move. We've outgrown the space. We need to downsize. I mean, the reasons are numerous, right? But we're starting to see that spring market coming and the activity moving a bit faster. From an inventory standpoint, we currently have 361 active homes on the market. 79 homes have sold in the last 30 days. So I don't know if y'all remember, last week we were at 4.8 months of inventory. We have dropped to 4.6 months of inventory. So What those numbers are telling me is we are trending back towards a seller's market. And here's something to keep in mind, guys. Right now, we're seeing a lot of price reduction. So the homes that have sat over the winter, they have dropped in price to a point where they're crazy good deals. And as we start to see these months of inventory shift closer to the seller's market, you're going to see those prices going up. You're going to see new homes coming onto the market at a much higher dollar per square foot. You're going to see some of those deals disappearing quickly. And so if you're looking to purchase, I would highly encourage you to kind of consider what it would look like to do so now while the prices are dropping and the inventory is still there. Otherwise, as we head into spring, you're probably going to see higher price points and not as much inventory for you to look at. And also, what typically comes with that is there's not as much negotiating room. Right now, we're seeing our buyers get closing costs covered. We're seeing repairs being made. We're seeing things like rent. If they need an early release from a rental unit, we're getting that covered by the seller as part of the transaction. So there's just a lot of things that we can work into the deal for our buyers that as this market picks up and gets busier, you're not going to see so much of that. So I want to talk a bit about pricing trends. The average list price over the last 30 days was $349,873. Something about that number, that is the average median home price in Hardin County. So we're right at 350,000. And it was interesting. I was doing a training and they were talking about some of the larger small cities locally around us, Owensboro, Campbellsville, Bowling Green. We're a good like $80,000 over what the median home price is in this area. So I think that speaks to the strength of our local economy, and we're continuing to see those prices increase. There is a pretty big differentiation between what the average sold price is. So we're selling right at that we're listing right at that 350 number. We're selling right at 285. So keep in mind that dials back to buyers, you haven't lost the power yet. So if there's terms that you want, if you want a cheaper sale price, now is a really great moment to take advantage of the market conditions. We are still seeing a fair amount of price adjustments, as I've mentioned, but sellers are putting a lot more thought and strategy into their initial list price. We've got a bunch of listings, 20-some listings coming to the market over the next couple weeks. And as I've sat with those sellers, it hasn't been such an easy decision. I think previously they were quicker to put a price point on things. Now they want to really research the data. They really want to make sure. My recommendation to sellers is to find the ceiling of what your home's value is and list between 3 and 5% underneath the top dollar. What that does is it places you in a more competitive range when you're looking at the amount of inventory that is available on the market. And so it's putting you in a different category and it's making your home stand out on the price point. Of course, condition and all of those things are very, very important as well. Rates did see a bit of an increase. So they had dropped, the conventional rates had dropped into the 5s. Of course, with some of the things going on in the world right now, those rates actually went back up into the low 6s. So conventionals in the low 6s, if you're FHA, VA, USDA, those are still sitting in the high 5s. Of course, that is all based on your credit. If you need an awesome lender to talk you through what your credit score would look like, feel free to reach out to me. Shout out to Grafton Sizemore with Motto Mortgage, who just does a fantastic job. Let's see here. Anything else I want to kind of talk to you guys about? Obviously, like I mentioned before, as we head into spring, you're going to start to see things move quickly and those price points increase. So if you're looking to purchase, make sure you get with my team. Obviously, real estate is hyper local. This is the whole Hardin County market. So if you want specifics around what your property is worth, how much equity you have in yours, or if you're a buyer who's considering purchasing and you want to know whether it's a great time, feel free to reach out to me. I would love to support you guys. So there you go, guys. Hardin County housing market update.
Got the numbers, who's buying, who's selling, what's hot on the block. Hardin County housing market update.
I love it, Phil. I'm so in love with these. All right. Do you have Nate's jingle? Because it's time for Nate Bryan's Business Buzz.
I do.
I can't wait
You're
to
gonna
hear
love
it.
this one. Oops, wrong one.
Oh, I was
Business is
thinking.
buzzing in town. Nate already knows it's Nate's Biz Buzz. Yeah, Nate's Business
Oh, I like the
Buzz.
yeah at the end.
We'll do it
Business
again.
is buzzing in town. Nate already knows it's Nate's Biz Buzz. Yeah, Nate's Business Buzz.
Mm.
Now we just need a little bee just flying over here. Sure, we create one with the AI. So I get back. I don't know what happens. I leave and gas is like 260 something. I come back. It's like 311. I'm not sure what you all did while I was gone, but stop it. I come back and it's not. Hey, this is opening. This is opening. It's a lot of closings, but it's a lot of these are sad and bittersweet. But some of these have been for a while. Maybe the biggest one is Ruffle Girl in Radcliffe. She is retiring. I think Brenton, you're from Radcliffe. Scott, you are too. This was a great story. Started in her house, became a national brand with thousands of followers. She did it the right way. They grew the right way. Moved into the business park over there. She's retiring, which I wish maybe 20 years from now I'll be able to do the same thing. So they had a going out of business sale this past weekend. Everything was $5, no matter what it was. So if you had a little girl and needed clothes for her, great sale. But like I said, Brent and Scott, you're more inclined to Radcliffe. What have you had any interaction with Ruffle Girl or know about their story or anything like that?
I have, Wendy is just a fantastic lady and has been a great resource for us to being in the same space as far as retail and clothing goes. But somebody that's just done a lot of great things. Has provided a lot of kids some opportunities, and I think that being able to. I think her son I know is a freshman or sophomore in college, and I think it's just kind of at that point where it's nice to go ahead and be able to take advantage of that. And I think you definitely say she should going out on top on her terms, which is always admirable in the business world.
Yeah, like she's closing not because they were struggling, because they weren't. She's closing because hey, I've done this from part of my life. But I look at it like kind of like I'm a big Suits fan. I watched the show for a while. The character that played Mike, he said, "All right, this is run its course. At this point, I'm just doing it for money, not because there's anything more to the storyline." But she created a brand. She did all sorts. It's just more what else comes down the line. But I'm happy for her. She put out a nice post. Obviously, I followed with one, but congratulations to them on a heck of a run and just how to build a small business. So if I had a small business that was big, would build it like great. I don't think I ever will, but congratulations to her. Another thing that started as a small business, people assumed it was a chain, was Party Plus. Party Plus, that's where I got my engagement banner back in 2013 and bought from them, Janine. 30 years. A lot of those were in the old Walmart Planet Fitness Center. She's retired too. She says she's got a camper that she wants to use to put some miles on. So good for her. That I've worked with them before. Fantastic. Just watching all the comments of stuff roll through. I'm sure we've probably seen their balloon somewhere or a banner somewhere that it's be hard to know that someone that they haven't touched. They did help Boot Barn with theirs. I saw Kevin Jagger's post that she made a nice arch for them for Boot Barn. So that was one of the last things. She said she may still do some things, but if you want anything, there is no closing date. It's just when they're out, they're out. They're not ordering anything else. If you want something, if you want a specialty balloon maker or helium or whatever they have, go see if they have it, because once it's gone, it's gone. Wishing Well Nutrition. They are at 4601 North Dixie Highway, Suite 115. That was hard. That's out near the bowling alley. And they are shutting down. They are not renewing their lease. Good thing is that if you need to have a party, like Rachel's got one too. This is a little bit smaller than Rachel's property, I believe. But if you need to have like a meeting space or something like that, they are going to be doing it for that. But they've also just added a Mead location. They're looking at adding other area locations. So it's not about really consolidating, because they are growing in other areas. They also didn't need two nutrition places within 5 miles of each other. So I think it makes sense. I've met Lisa before. She's a fabulous person. And so it makes sense. So if you were looking for a location, that's 4601 North Dixie. And finally, the final of my closings for this week is Bath and Body Works in the mall. It will be shutting down temporarily because now it's basically because of the renovations we've seen with all 10 Mile Box been going on over there. It's their turn to move. So they will be shutting down temporarily. They will reopen with a bigger store in the summer. They don't know when because obviously construction happens, things happen. It's going to be one of the, like, you'll be able to basically see it from the Fazoli's entrance. I know that much. I don't know if it's going to be on the left or it's going to be on the right, but it's going to be one of those strips. Is when you come down the main street now, it'll be right there. So good thing is it will be viewable from Dixie, which for a while they haven't been because they've been inside the mall.
Right.
They'll have a bigger location. I know they're excited about it because there's obviously, if you've been to other ones, there's just some stuff you just can't sell because you don't have the shelf space, you don't have the stock, you don't have the storage space. So because of them, I think Victoria's Secret and I think Aerie are three stores that have been in the mall and been great stewards for the community that will all end up with bigger locations once the mall renovations are done. So I'm excited for them. I mean, I don't have the best sense of smell. I mean, Courtney will say, "Hey, smell this. Is this sell?" Of course, whether it's cinnamon or winter snow or Japanese cherry berry or whatever it is, it all smells good. And so that takes care of the closings for now. But opening, E-Town Comics, they've moved around a little bit. They're one of the ones they were in the mall. Then they moved to, I call it the Bub side of Roses. They were over there for a while. Now they've moved next to Extreme. They just reopened last week. I think they've had a couple of card tournaments already. That's Maxwell Erickson's the proprietor of that one. His wife has a medical business. She's moving in, and 12 Ninja Gym will be coming back over there as well. So they've got a lot of stuff going on over there. Great renovations. I stopped by a few weeks ago before they opened, but E-Town Comics has a much bigger location. A lot more tables, have a lot more space for gaming. So you can go out there and check it out. I probably will Saturday just to stop by. And then we also have some. We love food. Brent loves food. John loves food. I love food. Everybody loves food. We have some new hours. Our friends at Bloom Bakery, Caitlin, they're going to be closed on Mondays and Tuesdays, but their new hours are closed Mondays and Tuesdays, Wednesday through Friday. You can go as early as 6:30 to 3 o'clock. Saturday and Sunday, she's sleeping in. I don't blame her. She is 9 to 3 on Saturdays and Sundays. So close Monday through Tuesday, basically, and then close at 3. So get there early. And then we also have our friends at Dixie, Laker on Dixie. They are now open 7 days a week. I have not had breakfast yet there. I've had lunch, and it was good. I had the chicken sandwich. Open 7 days a week, 11 a.m. till 6. You can get breakfast. I think 11 to 1 or brunch. I'm a little bit confused on this one. It says serving breakfast until 1 on one of them. So Lakers is open 7 days a week downtown. If you don't know where they're at, they're basically right across from the State Theater. They do have a different menu from what we're used to over in Stevensburg, Cecilia, West Hardin, wherever you want to call that location. But have you had breakfast yet? But I am a big breakfast person. I'm sure I will. So that's what I got after coming back.
Thank you. Let's play your jingle again.
There you go.
Business is buzzing in town. It already knows it's Nate's Business Buzz. Yeah, Nate's Business Buzz.
It's good. Well, thank you very much, Nate. If you guys have any business news, a new opening, a closure, a rumor worth tracking down, I tell you, Nate is on it. So drop it in the comments or reach out to hardinlocal.com or get with Nate. We want to hear about what you know is going on. So,
I think that's a good time too to real quick plug our QR code up there. Scan that thing, and then go find the section that has all our individual social media handles, like Nate's, Rachel's, Britton, Experience Theater, Joe, Scott, and me. You can find our links and go follow us individually. And Nate posts a ton of content throughout the week, so highly suggest you go follow him on his page.
I'm gonna have to head for lunch, guys.
Okay.
Hey,
See y'all later. Bye.
See you, John. Here we go. Oh, he dropped off.
Well, where you got to be is lunch.
Yeah. He's gonna go eat.
I feel like his is a good time right there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Britton, you guys are finally, or we are finally, you've done it probably previously. We are just finally getting to witness one of my very favorite restaurants in all of Hardin County, which is To Be Thai, which is on Ring Road in Elizabethtown. And you guys have a full report, which I'm super excited because I love it, but I always eat the same thing. So I'm hoping you can expose me to some new menu items.
What's your go-to dish there, Rachel?
Drunken noodles, spicy. Maybe I have protein, maybe no protein, but I'm so basic. I get the same thing every time because I love it so much.
Well, it's funny you say that because that's kind of how we are. We usually end up with we end up with a Penang curry, pineapple fried rice, and then maybe something else. Depends on who's with us and how that goes. That's always the cool part when you have a place that's so good. One of the things about To Be Thai, I think, is I think that our community may not necessarily appreciate or may not understand completely is how much of a American success story Patrick and his family are. They immigrated here from Thailand. He started working in a Thai restaurant in Louisville, and working and saved up, was able to get the space in Elizabethtown, and then has built this thing up to be one of the best Thai restaurants I've ever eaten in. And I mean, and I don't say that just because it's local and it's here. I say that just that's Michelle's favorite type of food, and so whenever we travel, there's always some Thai on the table, or it's always an option, and it's kind of funny because every time, it always seems like we compare what we get in other places to what we got when we eat with Patrick up there on Ring Road.
Experience leaders, let's go. Trying the spots you need to know. Experience up, let's go.
Do not let my wife hear that. Do not let her hear that, because that will end up bad for us, or for me, I should say. That will end up bad for me.
You can always change it, to make her happy about it. Or do you think she'd even like one?
It doesn't matter. Just the whole theme music idea would be something that she would have. She'd get lots of mileage out of it. Let's just put it that way. That's how Michelle works.
Oh, so she'd love it. There we go.
Oh yeah, she'd have a lot of fun with it for sure.
That's what I like to hear. Hey, I made one for Scott. Scott doesn't have a segment. I think it's a good time to play his real quick.
Oh yeah.
Oh, drop it.
Scott's in the house. Mic drop.
Oh yeah. Let's get over this video real quick,
All you can do with it.
Yeah, well, hey, let me switch these around now that we have one less person in here. I think we can change these to something like this. Here we go. There we go, y'all. Anything you want to say before I start the video?
I just, this is, if you're not hungry, you're going to be, and I'm not responsible for any bad dietary decisions that you make after you see this video.
I did.
We like Carrie. Seems like she watches us every week and comments. We really appreciate it, Carrie.
Yes.
And yeah, we
Thanks,
the
Carrie.
jingles. Glad y'all like that. Thank you. All right, here we go.
Give To Be Thai a try, and this place is fantastic. So let's hope that all right guys, we're starting out here at To Be Thai. We have a sampler for two. This is one of our favorite things here. So I'll turn the camera around. You can see here you've got a couple of spring rolls. I think they call these money bags. It's a kind of like a rangoon. You have chicken on a stick. We have this fantastic
chicken satay with the peanut sauce.
So the fantastic peanut sauce, and these are just some steamy dumplings. And then that's a peach sauce that goes with the spring rolls. This is just some of our favorite food here in Elizabethtown, Kentucky.
Okay, these little spring rolls are super crispy, super shredded, a little bit of cabbage and carrot. But my favorite thing is this peach sauce. It is the most incredible, refreshing thing. Wonderful. I've never had anything that tasted like that. It's amazing.
All right, so our entrees are here. This place is super fast. I've never seen food cooked so fast, so flavorful. But I'll give you a rundown of what we have, and then we'll talk about each dish individually as we go. All right, so this right here is a special. It's a spicy, crispy chicken. You got chicken, tomatoes, green beans, green peppers. I think there's some basil in there. Super excited about this. This dish is one of our all-time favorites. This is pineapple fried rice with the chicken. It's got chicken, pineapple, peas, your usual fried rice, but just got a very unique flavor to it. And then this right here is kind of a stew. It's called Penang curry with chicken, peppers, basil, peas, carrots, onions, chicken in a coconut broth with some heat, because they bring the heat with this one. We get it level 3, and I promise you it's going to light us up. Okay, so we're going to start with the crispy chicken, the spicy chicken. It's over rice, so the sauce is soaked into the rice. It's all there, so big bite here. Spicy, let's see how it is. We're at number 3, see how it goes.
Got some flavor.
I've got to take smaller bites so I can talk faster. Holy cow. The flavor to the levels. The spice is super subtle, but you do taste each one of the herbs, the crispy chicken. The sauce is kind of a savory with a little bit of sweet to it. The chicken's super crisp. He has this special about once a month, and we'll get that again. That's fantastic. That's the pineapple fried rice. You can see that there's chickens, there's some shrimp, carrots, peas, onions, cashews, chunks of pineapple, and raisins. This is one of the most sweet and savory dishes.
How is pineapple on fried rice anyway?
Oh, better than pizza. It's better than pizza.
I tend to agree with you there.
And the thing that really makes that dish suspect is the raisins, but it works. And you know, it goes with it. Like I said, it's kind of a sweet and sticky kind of rice, and it has it comes with chicken and shrimp in it. Is how it comes. Michelle likes to eat the pineapple fried rice and then use the Penang curry, and instead of eating it with the white rice. It's a very savory combination for her.
Yeah, cool. Let's finish.
That I've ever had, and it is absolutely one of our favorites. And it actually pairs really well with the Penang curry. All right, the last dish. This is the Penang curry. It is served traditionally with white rice. You just, you eat it together. You spoon of rice, spoon of curry. This is like a stew. We do prefer to mix it sometimes with the pineapple fried rice just for some added layers of flavor. But I'm gonna tell you, the way they did this tonight, you can't see that red in there. That is going to burn your face off. And I'm excited about it.
That's just how I like it.
To see how this goes. So, here we go. Damn, that's hot. Not temperature hot. I mean, like, open my sinus is hot.
It's perfect.
It's absolutely perfect. The creaminess of the... All right, guys, tried to shoot this in the car. Didn't have enough light to do it, so we are back at the house. Just going to give you a summary of To Be Thai in Elizabethtown, Kentucky. About a 9.6. It's as good as about anywhere you can go. We've eaten Thai food across the country, all over. East Coast, West Coast, Florida.
Chinatown in Chicago.
Chinatown in Chicago. I mean, we've been everywhere. And I'm going to tell you, we are spoiled here in Radcliffe, Elizabethtown, to have a place like To Be Thai.
Yeah. And you say that's like, Britton, you say it's your favorite, highest rating you've given to any place in Hardin County?
And so I'll just, this past weekend, we had company in, and we were debating on where to go eat, and To Be Thai was where we were taking them, but they were closed. They were on vacation. But if I've got people and company in and I'm not cooking and I'm going to take them somewhere, the first place I'm going to take them is there, because I mean it's just it's technical, it's spot on. They don't have bad days. They execute, and I think that you guys, we've all talked about how important in all of our professions and our fields, how important consistency and excellence are. And if you can be consistent and excellent all the time, you get something like To Be Thai, which is why I don't know how long they've been there. I want to say they've been there 20 years. about that range, and they have been there ever since I've been here, which was in '06, so I believe, and I can't say enough good things about them. And the fact that it's like I said, the owner's in there every day. It's a family establishment. His wife's there, his aunt's there, and his sister-in-law. I mean, they do it, and they do it exceptionally well.
That's cool.
Great. Very great. Well,
And
I need to get there. Go ahead.
We need to implement, and this is all seriousness, is we need to have a one night a month where we all meet and go have drinks and dinner, or do something as a group. And
I agree.
I think if we publicize where we were, that some of our fans may even show up, which can always be fun. It's a great way to network and pick up some business and see who's out there supporting us, and then how we can support them.
Yeah, and we can even make some content while we're out there too. That's a great idea. Before your segment's over, though.
I don't dance. That's why.
Well, you're sitting down. You don't really have to do much. You just go like this.
And I'm still off beat, so it's okay.
Well, you definitely turned me on to some new things to try. I really want. What's the dish thing again?
The Penang curry is the stew.
Penang curry.
Now that's coconut milk. Now I will tell you, I have never been brave enough to go past the 3, and he'll ask me 1 to 5 on the spice. I've never went past the 3, and 3s are hard to finish sometimes. So just be prepared that if you like it hot, you can try, but I won't.
I do love spicy, so they always look at me funny when he's like drunken noodles. I'm like, yes. I'm like, I want it as hot as you can make it, and they always look at me like, okay, but I do like it spicy. Well, awesome. Well, guys, before we wrap up, Phil, any comments we need to pull up or questions that we need to respond to?
We did have Carrie say something again. She watches while she's working. Well, we appreciate it, Carrie.
Yes,
Keep it up.
Where you
Invite
working
your
at?
friends.
Let us know where you work at.
There's a delay to how long, so she may get it in before we sign off. I'll bring it up if she does.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's anything else other than that, other than reminding people is that when I posted. Oh yeah, here we go. I never put this one up there. It's just how you can get those season passes at Heartland Mini Golf. There's the info.
Perfect.
And yeah, you can also find it on hardinlocal.com.
Does anybody, I have a couple personal shout outs. Does anybody have any personal shout outs that they would like to do?
Not that I can think of.
Just because I've been keeping you guys updated. So my good friend Sean Taylor, who had the kidney transplant, is home and he's doing really well. So we just are so excited about that. And his donor has made it home as well and is also doing well. So lots of answered prayers there. Anything else, guys, before we start to close out today's episode?
Not that I can think of.
Cool. Well, I will be seeing you guys out this weekend at the Lincoln Trail Home Builders Garden Expo show. We cannot wait to see your faces and bring the kiddos. It's going to be so much fun. So here's how you can stay connected with us here at Hardin Local. Just as a reminder, visit hardinlocal.com. That's your one-stop shop for all the links and resources that we went over today. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio. So follow us there on one of your favorite platforms. And of course, make sure to tell a friend if you think they might enjoy watching us. Follow us on LinkedIn, subscribe to us on YouTube, or follow us on Facebook for all of our updates. Once again, I called it wrong. It's the Lincoln Trail Home Builders Association Home Design and Remodeling Show. So it'll get you all set up for spring, right? Everybody's kind of feeling the itch to update. And that grand prize of $500 cash is going to be drawn at the end of the weekend. So you're not going to want to miss your opportunity to win that money to put towards whatever remodel project or construction project you're considering. A couple things, E-Town Comics. Once again, they are now open in their new location near Roses. So please go check them out and support this small business. And Heartland Mini Golf is open, 1030 Executive Drive in Elizabethtown. If you haven't been yet, there's no reason not to. You need to get over there. It's so much fun. And they are our sponsors for this week. And so I do want to just say thank you guys so much for sponsoring our podcast. Once again, they're open and you will probably see my face there. So Phil, Scott, John, Nate, Britton, and obviously please tell Michelle hi, even though she wasn't on today. Thank you guys so much for being here today. What a great show. I've loved today. It's been so much fun. I think it's the jingles. Phil, I did
Right.
good.
Hey, it was
Well,
great.
dang,
It's a great change up.
Yeah.
I do. I made one for me. I don't really know when we'll play it, but we'll play it right now.
Yeah, play it.
Ideas, not enough sleep. It's Phil from Hardin local.
Yeah, that's a new Hardin local flag. Right?
Too many ideas, not enough sleep.
I love it.
Get a local shop to print that up. There you go.
Right?
That should be a T-shirt.
They should. They really should.
Something like this cut off. I get too hot in regular shirts.
I'll put our other little music back on here, turn it down a bit as we close out.
Perfect. And thank you guys so much for showing up and watching. We love being a part of the Hardin local community, and we love that you join us every single week. It was so fun. I was in an event the other day, and this lady walked up to me and she was like, I watch you every week. And it just made me so happy because obviously when you're sitting on this side of the screen, sometimes you don't know who's actually watching and who's benefiting from what we share. And so it made me really, really happy. So we appreciate all of you guys. We love our community, and that's why we show up and do this every single week. We will see you next Tuesday, same time, same place. Until then, make sure you support local, stay connected, and enjoy an absolutely packed weekend right here in Hardin County. Have a great week, everyone.
Eyes half low, but the focus tight. Took a wrong turn.